you need tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright. Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check them out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo, and I hope you like this show. Wow. Wow, yeah.
Ooh, Carmen, welcome back to another episode of Sweet Gravy. Another week gone by. Carmen, you told me the other day, you finally agreed. You said we could record a movie commentary.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. It's something I've always wanted to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to watch a movie, record us as we watch the movie, a conversation that we have while we watch the movie.
But it got to be a good movie.
Yeah, it's got to be a good movie.
It's got to be something I can interact with because your range of movie selections are so wide that it got to be something I can connect to.
And so it was kind of a tradition in the household of mine growing up. On New Year's Eve, you would go to the Blockbusters and you would get a bunch of movies and then you would watch them all on New Year's Eve, because we weren't watching the Dick Clark New Year's Rockin' Eve. Then once Seacrest came over with his little frosted tips, we said, no way, not today.
Ryan Seacrest is pretty cool.
Seacrest out. And
I like him.
So we're going to record this, and then we're going to put it out on New Year's Eve, right? It'll just be an audio. It might be on YouTube, too, but it'll just be a tile. It'll just be like a single thing. So you can play it as you play the television on your thing. What do you think we should watch?
I don't know.
Something under 2 hours, preferably 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? And because we used to do podcasts that were like 90 minutes, remember?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we'll have a good conversation while we do it.
Yeah,
but
for
we
sure.
would like to, watch it. And then it's like a finite ending. Oh, it's beautiful.
You already have a movie in mind, I assume?
No, I was going to say we're going to take some suggestions from people. If you want to suggest a movie that we watch, and then you can watch with us on New Year's Eve. You can send us an email at sweetgravypod@gmail.com or contact one of us if you know how to do that.
But the only stipulation is it has to be before New Year's because we got to watch the ball drop in New York.
Carmen, we're going to record it probably like a week ahead of time. But the episode will just be out on New Year's Eve. Okay? And if you do make a suggestion, it would be helpful for other people if it was easily streamable on one of the major platforms, right? The Amazons,
Netflix,
Hulu, the Hulus,
all that, yeah.
One of those. So thank you.
Yeah, the big three.
The big three. Well, I don't know. That HBO Max, I'm loving it, Carmen. I'm loving the Max. I've been deep into the Max lately. So I've been watching the show Nathan For You. Oh, and it's about this guy. He's a comedian, but he's a Canadian that went to a business school. And he's like, at the beginning of the show, he's like, I'm a Canadian and I went to business school and I got pretty good grades. And it shows like his slip and it's got a couple C's on there, And then he goes to these businesses and he gives them advices, to how to help their business. And it's just like ridiculous, like ways to help boost whatever they're doing. Like, so one of them was a woman was importing smoke detectors. And she was getting the smoke detectors from China, and there's like a high tariff of smoke detectors from China, but there was no tariff on instruments, musical instruments.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to find a way how to make a smoke detector legally an instrument, right? So he built this band around the song. He wrote a song that had a smoke detector beep in it. So like this guy was playing the smoke detector, it would go beep, beep, and then like they had a protest, and then they played the song with them. It was just amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get into that show. It's so goofy.
They had one of the episodes was selling alcohol to minors.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
But so the minor could buy the alcohol, but he couldn't actually physically have it until he turned 21. So it would like just go into a locker, and then they would like a valet. They'd give him a stub, and then once they come back with their 21-year-old ID, they could get the liquor that they bought. But they had like a little booth where like the kids could like take pictures with their alcohol. Mm-hmm. They're like, "Hey, I bought alcohol," and then they could take it and show it to their friends that they bought the booze. It's just silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that actually happened because the bonus subscriptions, I find the bonuses, the Paramount Pluses,
Yeah, you like all that stuff.
the Discovery Pluses,
You like the fact that
the Stars.
that Bar Rescue is on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus, but I don't want to have it, right?
Why?
So it's a little treat. So a month or a month I'll get Paramount Plus. It's just like a little treat, and then I just scarf down the John Taffer. And the reason I was watching Nathan For You is because the Paramount Plus ran out, and I had the willpower. I said, no, I'm not getting the Paramount Plus. John Taffer is going on a hold. Then I went on a whole Guy Fieri kick. Mm-hmm. I was watching Triple D, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Mm-hmm. And did you know that Guy Fieri doesn't like eggs?
Nobody likes Guy Fieri. Oh my God, I'm
Do you
so
know he
sick of
doesn't
him.
like eggs?
No.
And the first thing in the show is diners. You know what the most things they sell in diners are?
Eggs.
Eggs.
I just can't. He just not.
And he
digestible.
doesn't like eggs, Carmen. Is that crazy?
He's not digestible for me. I don't know if it's his appearance.
It is.
Yeah.
It's because he looks silly, and he doesn't really know what he's talking about. I feel like, okay, so in Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, he'll go to the place, and then the place that he's at will make like their signature dish, and they'll like show the ingredients and stuff, and he'll look at it and he'll be like, "Look like you got some cumin, some granulated onions, some garlic powder, some paprika, some pepper, salt." He'll just look at the powders and say what it is. Literally, all of those ingredients are in everything, just in like different proportions, right? So he just,
Especially when you're talking about tacos.
yeah, tacos or
Chilies or any,
all of that stuff. Tacos, chilies, smoking stuff.
You can put onion powder and garlic powder and pretty much everything.
And everything, exactly. And he'll just like name it. And because he does that so often, it's like, oh man, he knows what he's talking about. But he's really listing the same things over and over again.
He's
every
just
episode.
listing the spices that normally go in that type of dish. Yeah, he's not digestible to me, but whatever. Whatever, Guy Fieri.
Yeah, right.
This week has been challenging so far with the weather. The weather is so up and down. It's getting hot.
Super foggy when I came home.
Oh, I know. Right now it's foggy, and then it's been raining. It's all over the place. Everyone's getting sick because the weather keeps changing. And it's been
COVID
warm.
scares.
Been
People are like, oh, I don't know, because they're feeling a little snotty.
Yeah, so they assume like, oh, I got to take a COVID test.
Got to get the test.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Better safe than sorry, I guess so.
It is, but how much do those rapid tests cost?
So when I went to Vegas, I got a 2-pack, and at that time it was $30, like $30. And then the one I got you was a single test, and it was closer to 12 or 15.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Don't look at my Kool Aid.
I gotta look at that Kool Aid. That's so much Kool Aid.
It is a lot of Kool Aid, but it's cold. That's the issue. I need my cold drinks to be cold and my hot drinks to be hot. So I'm almost out of water. I don't have any more water in the pitcher. So
now you're drinking Kool-Aid. Right.
Until my bottle.
You got to get to that state of bliss where you're able to drink the room temperature water.
No, I don't like
but
that.
But you have to realize that it is pretty cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
And, the pipes, they're like underground.
Okay.
So the water is actually getting chilled as it's coming into your...
No, I need it to be colder than that. I need it to be ice cold. I need
you
ice
always
cold
talk
water.
about like it'll be wintertime and you'll be like, oh, how can you drink that hot water? And I'm like, but it's cold, and it is cold water in the wintertime.
Oh my God! When I worked at the sandwich place here, doing mornings there, or no, what is it? The bagel place, the breakfast spot. One of the girls I worked with, she would drink just hot water in the winter. Right. That's it. And I'm like, that is so odd. I've never seen nobody do that. And she's like, well, I don't want the sugar or the flavor.
Any
I just
lemon
want
in it?
Nope, just hot water.
Just hot water?
She would go get hot water from the tap and carry around extremely hot water and drink it like tea. I'm like, what is she doing? And she was a really tiny girl too, a really skinny girl. I don't know, she just didn't want to like the calories or whatever from other things, but yeah, just hot water. She's like, well, it's the same thing as drinking tea or something. It just keeps you warm.
Yeah.
But it ain't got no flavor.
Yeah, but it's got no flavor. I knew a guy, he hated drinking water, and he would say, water just tastes like liquid yarn. And I'm like, how does that compute? How do you get liquid yarn?
Well, apparently he's had it before.
Apparently he's had some yarn in his life.
That's what it's saying. It doesn't make sense if you've never had it before. I'm pretty sure it don't compare to water.
I don't think so either. We gotta get some yarn. How would you prepare yarn? You think you gotta boil it or what?
I don't know, Kirk. I don't know how to make yarn. Are you crazy?
All right.
I thought that was just fabric. I know.
Yeah, I'm sure you could eat it somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure too, but no.
No.
That's so funny. There's a guy at my job who does not drink water at all, and some people just don't like water. It's a very weird thing. You need to drink water. You can't just go forever and don't drink water. You're gonna start breaking down physically, and I don't know why people don't get that.
Right.
Like, I gotta force myself to drink this water. Like, it's not that bad. I put a little lemon in it or something if it like makes it better for you, but you have to drink water at some point.
Yeah.
Isn't that silly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is silly.
People are like, I need a soda, a pop.
I need a soda, need a pop. I don't know. I know when I quit drinking soda, I'll get a soda every now and again.
Yeah.
We finally we haven't had any major melon Mountain Dew in the house for a while.
We haven't had any soda really. This is the first thing, this Kool Aid that we've had in here in a while. I
couldn't believe you brought that in the house.
It's like I'm getting some
oh,
Kool-Aid.
check it out! I got the Kool Aid. I was like, ooh. That is not something I want. And then
it's definitely
sometimes your
sweet.
slops, and
you're scared that I'm gonna spill red stuff everywhere.
You spilled a little bit at some point, but it got on your pants.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So bad.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the pants.
Dude, I don't know why I don't have any etiquette when it comes to eating or drinking something.
Yeah.
Maybe because I cook for a living and just used to like eating and walking around and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that comes from. But I won't even say that because I told you when I was younger, my dad beat me up because I was eating macaroni and cheese with my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been going on for a lot longer than...
Right. You just reached on... Was it on your plate or did you...
It was on my plate.
A serving dish?
No, it was on my plate.
So you just...
Yeah, I'm eating my dinner with my hands, and that should be my business.
Right. If you were in other countries, it would be okay, right? Like Mediterranean
he could
places?
not believe the savagery. He was like, absolutely not in this household. But you know how it is trying to pick up macaroni noodles with a fork. You only can get so many noodles on there.
Well, we were a craft family, right? And so it was a fun game, taking your fork and getting
seeing
the
how
noodles,
many noodles you can get.
getting the noodles tubed by your fork. So it was like a little fork armor, you know. You put your your thing in there.
Yeah.
So that was, it was like a little game you play.
Oh my God, it's so crazy how things change and how you evolve as a person once you're getting older, because we don't make no box craft in our house.
That's because of you. Because
we can get
I got some boxed mac and cheese.
but we can get the Velveeta.
And what happened? I told you, I said, follow the box.
Oh yeah.
And you had to do something extra, and then
I gotta add extra cheese and butter and stuff to it.
But then I look in the cabinet, and there is a little plastic wrap thing in there. I look at it, and it's a cheese packet. I was like, what's this cheese packet doing in there? You didn't use the whole thing? And he said, Kirk, there wasn't enough in there. I had to take it from the other box. So you use like a pack and a half of cheese, and what are you going to do with the next mac and cheese, Carmen? It's only got half a pack. That math doesn't work. You can't just keep taking a pack and a half.
Oh no, you can say, you'd be like, why did you do that? Or why can't you make the hamburger helper
right
the right way?
If you get 3 boxes, the third box has no cheese.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, they don't be putting enough in there for me.
You just follow the instructions. It's made like that. It's science made it, Carmen. They sat in labs to figure out how to make this mac and cheese, and you think you're gonna make it better?
Yeah.
No.
It don't be
because they give you an improved formula in the thing already. They're like, don't use water, use milk if you want it extra creamy. Like, damn, they already give you the cheat codes.
You don't like the way I do box food?
No.
Oh my God.
That's why we don't have it.
Oh my God.
That's why we don't get it.
That's so funny. That's hilarious. So we saw some road rage at the mall this past week.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. So we were walking to the car. I got you half of your Christmas already.
Yeah. Some really nice boots that I wanted.
Some boots that you wanted.
Pretty excited about them.
I took you up to the place to get some boots, and then we were like, it was getting late. Like, what are we going to do for dinner? You were like, oh, we'll get some food at the mall in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Immediately, I was like, oh.
Oh, no. Food court food. But everything was so packed. Everybody was out shopping.
You wanted to go to Longhorn, and then we look outside the way. And there were like 20 people outside. It's 30 degrees outside. There's 20 people outside waiting to get into Longhorn.
Yeah.
Like, they call you. Like, why are you just standing there? Go to your car.
I don't know why people just stand there. There's like, I want to be the first one at the door.
Right. And so as we were walking back to the car, there was a car that was like just, was it stopped or was it going very slowly?
It was going I think they slowed down, and then a car behind it start honking at them because they were going so slow.
They're going so slow.
And then that was it.
Yeah.
They decided to not move at all. They slowed the entire traffic down.
Right.
All these people, they slowed this entire line of people down because the person behind them honked the horn. And it was like, oh, you want to say speed up? Now I'm going to go slower.
And it's a single lane road.
A single lane road, so nobody could get past or nothing. Anywhere. And he drug it out.
And then there's a honk, and then honk, and then there are like several honks, and then like he was honking back at them.
Yeah, but he still continued to go. Even when we pulled off, he was still there.
Yeah, and then
blocking all the traffic.
Then I was like, well, how are we gonna get out of here then?
You went the opposite way.
I went the other way.
Yeah.
It
was 2 guys standing outside looking at this incident, and it was like, woo! It was cheering and everything.
Right.
It was a whole mess. But I why do people do that? Why do people get so angry?
I don't know. I know whenever I was in high school, this teacher, Mr. Kofer, he used to say, NASCAR starts at 3:30. That's when school was over. Because everybody would run out to their car and they'd try to get out of school as fast as they can. They'd be like, ooh. And then there would be people honking. Like honk, 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 just like that. Only like they were honking out of joy, I believe. But
yeah, because that's just what people do.
Just little, 16-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna honk.
Yeah,
give them a horn, they'll honk it.
Yeah, other people are honking and you honking a horn. Y'all just
Timmy's honking. I'm gonna honk as well.
Just making a bunch of noise, irritating everybody for no reason.
Exactly.
It's like Jesus. When I look at it now, and I'm like, now that I'm older. And I get so annoyed by stupidity and little things like that. I'm like, I was probably so irritating when I was 16, 17.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I was irritating everybody, and I thought I knew everything. I thought I was the shit. All these things. Like, yeah, I work and I make money and I do my thing. I thought I was the
You're
shit.
still kind of like that.
No, but it's different. Because I didn't know shit. I had nothing to stand on at that. I didn't know basic stuff. I hadn't been to college. You know what I mean? So I'm talking to people who already have these life experiences. Like, now it's a little different because I'm starting to develop those things.
Right.
Having different life experiences. And, like, at that time, I hadn't even been paying bills yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had no right to be that cocky and arrogant. I didn't know shit at that moment. So I had never even called and got electric in my name at an apartment yet. Right. So yeah. So definitely. But I'm sure at that age I was fucking irritating the shit out of people too.
Yeah.
Man. The reason I say that is because I talked to somebody that I was in the Coast Guard with, and this was probably a couple months ago, and he was like, dude, you so mature and so grown now. He's like, I remember when you was this little punk kid. See, I was irritating them. And I didn't realize that. You don't realize it when you're that young.
Right.
You just think you're the shit and you know everything.
Right. And people are nice enough. Is it niceness?
Yeah,
nice
it is.
Nice to just let you be stupid.
Yeah.
And figure it out.
And don't,
Yeah.
Once in a while you might get a little talk like, hey, you could be, but
you
most of the time people just let you walk around.
Like, yeah, all right.
You're that fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Right.
I think about that a lot. I'm like, that's crazy. You don't realize that at that age.
Right.
Now I'm working with people who are younger than I am, and I'm like, oh my fucking God. You're so stupid. Well, you get some good kids. Sometimes you get some younger kids that's really spot on. That's work ethic. And I like to think that that's how I was. I just had the attitude with it.
Right.
And the unwarranted attitude with it. That was the difference. But I did work hard.
Right. At least you worked hard.
Yeah, at least I worked hard.
Right.
So we also watched some Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, it's wrapping up, Carmen. We got like 2 episodes left.
It's super silly. I love that show. So funny.
Oh man, we got 2 episodes left. I can't. I'm so excited about it. This season has been, it's just kind of like not that like this season's particularly like great or like groundbreaking of Curb Your Enthusiasm,
but it's still funny.
But the time that it's on and you're seeing something new of a show that you really enjoy and you get to watch something new from it is fantastic, right?
I couldn't do this episode. This week I was like, oh my God, so ridiculous. Because JB Smooth hairline, they painted on.
Right.
Why they do that to him? I mean, it's painted on. He's a bald man now. He wears his hair bald. Like, it grows in a little tiny bit, but most of it is bald.
You didn't like that JB Smooth had a painted head.
Yeah, they painted his hairline on.
They painted his hair.
And then you can see it. It's like when Jamie Foxx does it. It's like, oh my God.
When Jamie Foxx does it, it's like on his forehead, and then there's like a little like right angles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx looks ridiculous whenever they paint his head. We were watching.
Oh my God, JB Smooth looked like that.
I know, but it was at least on the top of his head.
I know, but
it wasn't like on his forehead.
Yeah.
Like, and then like that's silly. What it was a Netflix movie that Jamie Foxx was on where they had like superpowers. It was like power. I can't remember. They would take a pill, and it would give you like a superpower.
Yeah.
And
I remember watching.
You were making fun of his hair the entire time.
Yeah.
You ruined the movie for me, Carmen.
Because it's so bad. It's like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like, women can just put on wigs, and they're not looked at funny. Like, some women have really long hair and prefer to wear wigs because it's a hair preserving hairstyle. You're not messing in your hair, combing it, so it stops.
Chemicals.
Chemicals. You're not breaking it off. Right. So some women prefer to occasionally wear hair like that because it preserves their natural hair.
Right.
And it's not a thing that's frowned upon unless like you see somebody in a club wig get snatched off. That's like my biggest fear if I wear a wig and somebody snatch it off and see my crack braids underneath.
Right.
Like,
Well,
But guys are different. Like, guys don't need to paint hair on. I get it that... Isn't that... It's like, okay, you're an actor. We want you to have hair for this one.
You need some hair.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure in the past he's been bald on the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was very alarming.
Sometimes they have him with the wave cap on.
Yeah.
Right.
But why do they want to portray him as a man who has hair?
I don't know.
So much to the point where they just paint it on.
Maybe he wanted it painted on.
Yeah. Or maybe they want him to look a certain way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, in this episode, he was... I want to ruin it. He started a business called House Husband. Mm-hmm. And if a plumber or any like sort of labor industry man would show up at your house or at a garage, an auto garage, he would go there and he'd talk the price down.
Right.
And so I maybe for the show he had to look a little more presentable.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Yeah, it was like little stuff like the guy come in to like repair some shelves in your house and he's like, well, I think you could use an extra shelf here. And he's like, you don't need that extra shelf. Just do the one.
Right.
And then the guy would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's just extra. They're just trying to get you on the price.
Right.
You don't actually need that.
A guy wanted to put, some wood in the wall to make a stud, and then he was like, oh, you can just use anchors.
Yeah, you don't need that.
You don't need that.
Yeah, you just trying. Look at him. He's trying to get you on the price.
Right. So he would go to these people's place, and so maybe he wanted to look a little more presentable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
You leave JB Smooth's hair alone.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm glad that I never lost my hair, but I imagine the way that people feel whenever they do go bald. I probably feel pretty crazy.
Why?
Because
you're a bald man and you don't
what?
care. Who cares? Guys can be bald. I don't see what the big deal is. If you're a guy, you can be bald. Like if you're a girl and you bald, it's like, what's she doing? Either she an activist or she's standing up for a cause or she got cancer.
That's it. Those are the only options.
Pretty much.
Nothing hereditary.
No. Like I've seen some people do it because like their mom or something like has it and like solidarity. But like,
right.
But people still look at you funny because they don't know exactly what it is. They think you lost your hair.
Right.
Like girls don't typically shave their hair bald, but guys can do that. Just don't do what JB Smooth did.
Just don't paint it on. No.
Oh my God! I told you that my brother had that hair that you shake on people. You could just shake out of a bottle.
It's like hair that's sticky, and you just shake it
like hair.
salt.
It's like it's
like a salt shaker, and then it puts like these hairs on your head.
Yeah.
And it sticks there.
Yeah.
Right.
It feels like fabric.
It probably is.
In your hand, like shreds of fabric.
Right. Strands.
Yeah, strands of fabric,
right.
like all together inside of a bottle, and it looks like hair or fake hair, and then you just shake it on people's head.
Right.
It's like, what the hell? That shit's gonna come off.
Yeah.
And someone's gonna see it.
Yeah.
You put a hat on, take the hat off, it's gonna be in there. Like, oh my God, that's such a bad idea.
Right.
Like, where'd you get that from? Wish.com?
Wish has some pretty cool stuff.
Sometimes, but then they also have stuff like the pizza blanket we have. you order it and you think
I like
it's gonna
the
be
pizza
something
blanket.
different. Yeah.
We got for Christmas one year. We got a blanket, and it's like a little slice of pizza.
Yeah.
And it's
but it's not big enough for either one of us to actually use.
It's sewed into a cone shape, so you can actually like go into it.
Yeah.
And it'll fit one of my legs.
It'll fit a small child.
Right. Fit like a little kid, but it'll fit like one of my legs.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But
I love it. I like to sit there and I'll tie it around my neck like a scarf. Mm-hmm. And so then, like, if I'm like laying on a pillow, like it doesn't knock my head out.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good. And then sometimes I'll just put it on my head like a wrap.
Yeah, you like the.
I play with it all the time. I love that.
And then Latrice is like, that's a whole blanket. I was like, girl, that shit don't even fit a small child. Barely fit a small child. She was like, hell no, your ass just too fat to get in it. So then I held it up and took a picture of it. And she was like, oh my fucking God.
My favorite thing is whenever you want a blanket and then you're like, hand me a blanket, and that's the one I give you.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
like
my
that.
favorite, Carmen.
Because there's nothing I can do with it.
Right.
If you can use it as a scarf, it can be used as a blanket. It's like,
Sure.
girl, you got to
Yeah.
be careful with these weird gifts you get. Like, why would you get? She was like, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be a blanket, but why would we want a piece of blanket anyway?
I think it's cool. I know I see on the Amazons that they make like tortilla blankets.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome.
I just never think to get things like that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll go for a little goofy gift, but
Right.
yeah, I just don't think to get stuff like that.
So, I a couple weekends ago, I went up north in Maine a little bit. Went for a drive on a Sunday, and I went to go look at a vehicle.
Did you?
Yeah, I
And
told you I was gonna go look for it. I was gonna.
Why
go look
do you
at it.
say things like that now and you don't even tell me about it? I'm just finding out right now. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
So I went to go look at a 1978 Ford Fairmont Futura. The white one. You remember I showed you the white one? And I was
Yeah.
like, hey, let's go check this out. And I get up there. I drive all the way up to Maine. It was a beautiful drive. You know, the weather wasn't bad. It was just a fun drive, Carmen. And I go up there. I look at the car. It looks all right. You know, it was spray painted white.
I talked to you Sunday during work and you don't tell me.
No, I was probably on my way up there.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Why you go look at that car?
I told you I was going to.
Mm-mm.
Yes, I did.
We did not talk about this.
I told you. I said, do you mind if I go look at this? And you said, Kirk, do whatever you want. And that means yes, so I'm going to go look at it.
I don't understand why you look at it.
Why not?
Because you already got a car.
Well, yeah, I got, you know, something, my daily driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went up there. I went to go look at it. And the guy, we're talking about it. And, you know, it's spray painted white. And
Spray painted white.
yeah, spray painted matte white. So it looks like a toilet seat lid, you know? Like that matteness of it, just like a flat white. You know, the rims are spray painted silver, and I was like, yeah.
Oh my God, why y'all spray paint all of this like that?
the guy was like, if you have any cash, I'll let you take it for a test drive. And I was like,
You gotta give them cash for a test drive to buy the car?
no, just they like to just to keep you honest, you know. So you don't like. Anyway, I look at it, you know, yeah. And then I was like, well, let me take the night and think about it. So then I leave, Carmen, come home. And on the drive home, I was like, you know what? I don't. This guy, whenever I was looking at the car, he wanted $4,500 for it, right? And he was like, you saw that the price went up whenever I was talking to him. He was like, you saw that the price went up, right? I was like, nah, it's not like I'm, you know, stalking your, you know, page. And he was like, yeah, it was 35. And then I took it to the shop. And so now it's 45. And I was like, okay. So this guy's not going to, you know, budge on the price. And I'm not going to pay that much because
Nobody
is.
He's
Nobody
gonna
is.
keep that thing for a while.
And so I come home and I was like, you know, like I don't need that. I was like, I got this car, you know, I don't need another one.
But you can't help yourself. You just had to go look at it.
Well, yeah, I wanted to go check it out. But I was like, you know what? I really don't need anything like that. And I haven't had any want or desire to look at it, right? To look at the interwebs for a deal. You know, I've just been satisfied with what I'm at, right? I'm just like, cool, you know? Why not take the time and effort to keep, you know, what I have now, you know, keep it nice and good. And
But recently you went on there and looked at it again, didn't you?
no, today when I was at work, and I actually put this on the list before today, but today at work it said the man dropped the price. I got a notification. It said man dropped the price. I was like, but at last, even with the price dropped,
What did he drop it to?
it doesn't matter.
Well, because if he drop it down to $1,200, $1,500, you would take it. you would go get that thing.
You
if
think
he
so?
Did. Yeah, so it's obviously a little more than that.
No, I don't think so.
I think if he dropped that price down
I
to...
came to the realization that I'm satisfied.
If he dropped that thing down to $2,000, you gonna end up going to get it. I have nowhere to put it.
There's a spot right there.
Just sitting there.
Right.
Like,
I have to get a garage.
yeah.
But that was just a realization that I was like, you know what? I'm satisfied.
My whole thing is like, obviously we have goals and things that we're trying to accomplish coming up, but at the same time I feel like you work hard every single day. You deserve to get the things that you like, the things that you want.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're just sitting there and BSing. You got to work on time every day. You work your hours. You work your ass off. So you deserve to buy the things that you want.
Sure.
I think that's what life's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to travel, being able to get the things you want, and not having to be like, man, I can't get that. I can't get that. I can't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What you working so hard for if you don't splurge on yourself sometimes?
Right. But also, like, maybe you don't need to splurge on the things, and you don't need to buy those things, and you can just.
Well, me and you look
simply,
at things differently when it comes to that stuff. Like, I'm not gonna buy stuff like that because it's just too much. It's just too much. Like, the things that make you happy, like, I get some of it, but like spending like all that money on a Ween poster. It's like, ain't no motherfucking way in hell that.
Well, the poster was $50, right?
But the framing was a lot of money.
Well, yeah, then you got to get the custom frame.
Oh no!
Right.
That thing would have sat and rolled up for so long.
No.
It got water on it and everything.
I almost got even more expensive with the frame because I wanted to get the museum glass.
Yeah.
But I like the shade, so it's not really getting too much direct sunlight.
No, I mean you love the art, and but for me, I'm just like, how much you say that frame was? You can't do it cheaper than that.
No.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
I could have gotten a cheap one. I probably could have gone to Walmart and just gotten a little like snap together frame.
I mean,
like this
the art people have to also make their money,
right?
So I get
oh
it.
Man, that was so funny. I go to the art store. The framing man is in the art store, and I go there. It's a locally owned business. It's called the Art Mart, right? We go down to the Art Mart.
Super original.
And this guy, he's arguing with me what kind of matting I want on this picture.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think it looks good with the white. And I was like, no, I want the gray blue. And he was like, yeah, but the white with like the black like line. I was like, no, man.
Like, no, we're sitting there forever, not even realizing the reason that we're still sitting here is because the guy is coming up with the color that he wants.
The guy is
for this.
looking at the poster and he's like putting the mat up to it, and he's like, oh, that look good. That look good. And I was like, no, we have it.
Yeah, you had already picked the color you wanted, and then he was like, well, let's try this. I think that this looks better. And you was like, nope, I want the other one.
No, I want that one.
And he was so he's just like, you should listen to me.
Yeah, right. I'm the Art Mart man.
Yeah. Like, boy, take it down a notch. Do you want the money or not?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. You have to realize that, like, they teach you that in event planning. Like, you can't go off and make decisions that the client didn't ask for because you think you know best. Yeah. Like, you might know best, but that might not be somebody else's taste. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, nobody's
one
like
little thing, especially if it's an event you spend all this money on, and you're the one in charge, and you messed up that one little mistake, and it's to the person that paid for everything. Mm-hmm. It's a glaring mistake. Like,
yeah, they're like, I paid for this, and this what you did. I didn't ask for that.
Even
I
if
asked
it's
for
something
this.
so simple as like you got the blue balloons rather than the red balloons.
Yeah. I mean, that guy doesn't know how our place look. He doesn't realize that all of our shit is gray, so that makes more sense.
Everything's gray, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you got to hold back a little bit on that.
Exactly.
It's pretty funny, though. Mm-hmm. The Art Mart man. It's like, what are you doing in here, dude? Mm-hmm. Just framing pictures.
Oh, man. I was trying to get these special watercoloring brushes. Mm-hmm. And I go in there, and this is during, we were coming out of the COVID. It was late. No, it was maybe around Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe it was last August. I can't remember. But I was looking for these brushes, and they didn't have them at the Art Mart. But they had something that could be turned into those types of brushes.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like they were married, the Art Mart couple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're like helping me try to find these brushes. And I was like, well, I'll go look at it. They're too expensive is what they were. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I'll see if I can, if this is, I took some pictures of them. I was like, I'll see if this is what I'm actually looking for. And if it is, I'll come back. And they're like, okay, you come back. They're like, okay, you come back. Like
All right, dude.
they're like, so then that's the last time I went to the Art Mart. First time I ever went to the Art Mart was to get the frame. Second time they said, okay, come back. And I was like, nah, I had enough.
I always go into the Art Mart. I like looking around because there's a lot of stuff in there. It's interesting, especially like if it's cold outside or something and I'm waiting on a ride or something like that. Or
just go into the Art Mart.
Yeah, just hang out at the Art Mart and look around. Well, and they have a lot of cool stuff in there. I have to be careful because I'll buy things like, I know Kirk might want this or want that. But the last time I bought something in there was for your mom. For I think her birthday or something like that. And then I sent it to her house. And she got the box with nothing in it.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, I spent so much time in there.
It wasn't even like
it.
the box. It was like they had the one little shred that had the address on it.
Yeah.
And they're like, sorry, a package got destroyed.
Like, where did it go?
I don't know.
And then you got to go to the post office. You got to file a claim, show them all the numbers. Did you take a picture? Like, you got to go through all that when they lost your package.
Right.
Like, luckily it wasn't like crazy expensive, but...
But you took the time.
It took me a while to find what specifically what I was trying to get. I got watercolor brushes, but it was a kit mixed with like watercolor brushes, other things, and papers and everything for to do her little art stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and then it didn't even make it.
Yeah.
It was like, damn. Try it.
Struggles.
That sucks though. And I think a lot of that was happening. When the pandemic first happened.
I think so too.
Send a package, just don't get, or some people probably are stealing packages.
Maybe.
Yeah. So tell me about this Whole Foods situation with the Captain Moats.
So Captain Moat's, the greenie sauce, one of the best hot sauces ever made, right? It's made here locally in Portland. Right. They sell it at the Whole Foods. There's other places that they sell it, but it's most convenient to get it at the Whole Foods down the way.
Oh, you think so? I thought the Makuchi place would probably be best.
Makuchi isn't open late.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not open on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
So I went down there, and it was my Christmas gifts for the people at my job.
Yeah.
So I had to get...
It's a great gift, I think.
I thought so. You know, everybody's all about the sweets on the holidays. I was like, I'll give you a little spicy condiment. You know, I tried to change it up. I was like, here you go. Here's the condiment.
No, but that's something I would like. I don't know.
Yeah, just a little hot sauce and something that you might not buy and might appreciate. And even if you don't like it, every time you look at it, you'll be like, man, Kirk got me that hot sauce. You know? Yeah, it doesn't taste very good, but it's there.
But it's a good one though.
Yeah, and so I have this cart filled with, well, it was a basket. I have this basket filled with 9 of the same hot sauces, and they're big bottles. You know, they're a good sized bottle. And put them all on the belt. And the old woman working at the Whole Foods, she looks at it and she's like, greeny, 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 because it's Captain Moat's. Greeny, you know, it's a jalapeno avocado hot sauce with seaweed in it. And she's like, greeny, 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 greeny. And she looks at me and she's like, what are you going to do? Drink a bottle every night?
It's like, girl, you need to relax.
Like, why is she telling me that? Like, why did she say that to me?
Does she want to know why you buying all this hot sauce?
Yeah,
I don't know, girl.
like,
maybe it's the fucking holiday. You ever think about that?
This is my, you know, Christmas gifts for the people I work with. And she was like, what? Well, that's cool. And then she was like, you want a box? I was like, yeah, sure, I can take a box. And then she's got like the crawl on the ground to find like
Oh
a
my
wine
God.
box.
I don't know why it's such a disaster for you.
But she goes to the bag lady. The bag lady, she's doing something else. She's not paying attention. And then she looks at me and she's like, nobody pays attention to me. I'm like, okay, lady, and then so she gets on her hands and knees and she starts looking around for a box, and she gives me this box and she puts the green. So it was a situation, and then I get to the car and the remote don't have a remote to open the thing, so I got to put the box on the thing, and then but it's okay. It was a good gifts. I handed them out today, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's really cool. Thank you."
They're probably super excited.
Right.
Like, Kurt came in, he gave us some little cool gifts. That was really nice of you. It is good for morale. They probably really enjoyed that. That was really nice. That's cool.
Yes.
All right. You want to wrap it up?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you for watching another episode of the Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, or if you have any movie suggestions or anything, you can drop your suggestions down in the comments, or send it to us at sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.